Hello, first graders. It is so good to see you. Or I guess you see me, but I don't see you. But that's okay. You guys are going to have a fabulous Friday today. All right, so I just wanted to go over your 4.3 lesson today. You're going to be taking out math page 21. You're also going to be doing, math page 20, 21, and 22. Okay, so 20, 21, and 22. Okay, so first we're just going to kind of start, and I'm going to kind of talk about these shapes with you, and we are going to do a few things. You're going to write down some things that remind you of the shape as we talk about them, so you can do that. You can just copy my words, or you can come up with new words if you'd like, okay? Don't worry about spelling. Just want to get your idea thinking about these shapes and where you see them throughout the day, all right? Okay, so first we have our circle. The major part of a circle is it is made of curved lines, okay? There's no straight lines. And when I think of a circle, I think of the sun, okay? Now you could think of maybe a person's head, maybe a robot's head you made yesterday, a globe. You can think of a ball, okay? You can write anything you want there, just one word that reminds you of a circle, okay? All right. Then here, a rectangle. Well, this kind of rectangle kind of reminds me of a table. Okay, now notice on this rectangle, rectangles have two long sides and two short sides, but they're all made of straight lines, okay? And all rectangles have four sides, four angles, okay? Or for points or angles, okay? They also have four lines, okay? They're made of lines, good. Okay, not curves, lines. All right, and this is our triangle. Our triangle has three sides, three angles, okay? I'm gonna try to show you these angles using a different color too. All right, that's an angle, that's an angle. Okay, this one has an angle. These are our angles, okay? So they have three sides, three angles, and three lines, okay? What reminds me of a triangle? Like a cone, if it was upside down, like an ice cream cone, a snow cone. We kind of talked about that in our lesson, okay? Well, this, again, is another circle. A circle is made of curved lines, okay? So I'm going to think of something else that's not the sun that reminds me of a circle. So maybe an eye. We kind of talked about that in class a little bit. All right, here we have another rectangle. Man, it kind of reminds me of a table again, okay? Well, this one again has four sides, four angles, four lines. And this one, since it's a little angled, I don't know, maybe it can remind me of like a tissue box. So I'll write tissue box. We don't have to capitalize that. It's not a proper noun. Tissue box, okay? All right, and then we have a triangle here, and we have, again, three lines, three angles, three sides, okay? And this is kind of a bigger triangle. This reminds me of like a skateboard ramp. I'm gonna put a ramp. All right, guys? All right, so now we have the next one, which is a small circle, okay? That is, again, made up of curved lines, all right? And let's think of something else that reminds me of a small circle. Well, right now I'm looking at something on my desk, and you know, it's my chapstick that I have here. That reminds me of a small circle at the top here. You could even be thinking at your pencil, thinking, oh, that's a small circle at the top, okay? I don't know. I'm gonna put pencil. Okay, and then we also have another one here. Okay, four sides, four angles, four lines, and it is a square. Remember, a square is the same on all four sides, okay? So a square, let's see, what is a square? There's more rectangles in our life than there are squares. There's not a lot of things that are squares. Oh, you know what? I see something right here that's a square. A Post-it. I'm gonna write a Post-it because I use those a lot. Okay, a Post-it. All right, let's go ahead and do the next one. We have a triangle. This one has three sides, three angles. And this one is a really big ice cream cone, or we always like to eat pizza. All right, okay, this one is a circle. Now it's kind of a bigger circle Man, maybe I could write like Jupiter or something. I don't know. Even though my eye is bigger than the sun, that's a little weird, but we could just come up with anything that's a circle. You know what? I see this right here. That's a circle. Tape. I'm gonna write tape. All right. Then we also have a square. Again, this is a square, not a rectangle, because all of the sides are equal. And we have, again, 4 lines, 4 angles, 4 sides. And let's think of something else that's a square. My goodness. There's so many options. What else is a square? Well, my tissue box, part of my tissue box is a square, but I wrote that down for a rectangle. What else is a square? Oh, you know what? Some of you guys were saying like windows. I'm going to put window or picture frame. A lot of windows, like if you draw. Okay. All right. And then our next one we have is a triangle. A triangle, well, we've done triangle a bunch of times, but just reviewing it, okay? Again, has 3 sides, 3 angles, 3 lines. What else could it be? A cone, a pizza? Oh, a nose. You know, sometimes you draw a nose like on a snowman or something like that. So take some time. For every shape, I want you to come up with a different thing in life that has this shape, okay? And then write it down. Again, you can take some time and write down mine. You can pause this and zoom in if you need to, or you can come up with your own. But just remember, you can't write the same thing twice. All right, moving on. Pause me if you need to. Moving on to page 21, 4.3. The directions say here, finding differences in plane figures. These are all plane figures, okay? Circle the shape that does not belong. So in here, okay, if you think about that, you might think to yourself, well, Mrs. Francis, you know, it has 4 sides, it has 4 sides, it has 3 sides, right? Okay, or it's a rectangle, a square, and a triangle, okay? So they're all different, but if you think about it, I want you to think about it like sides, like I kind of said before. 4 sides, 4 sides. So we're gonna write a 4 there, and a 4 there, and a 3 there. So now which one? Can you see which one's different? Yep, it's this one. All right, that's the one that does not belong because we need to have 4 sides here. All right, so let's look at this one. Well, these two they're all circles. What could it be different? What could be different? Oh, the size. So these two are about the same size. This one's a little bit smaller. It's like the little baby circle. Go ahead and circle that one. All right, then this one, okay, well, which one doesn't belong? Now, this one's kind of a little tilted, looks like a diamond. It still has 4 sides, and if you tilted it, it could still be a square. So this is the one that doesn't belong. I would like you to do this one on your own and think to yourself, which one doesn't belong? Okay, what I would do is I'd kind of look at this one to see, kind of relate those two, the sides maybe. Pause me as long as you need to finish it, and then press start. All right, here we go. Find the shapes that are the same size and shape, okay? So I think, let's see, well, I definitely know these 2 triangles are the same size and shape. That actual word is called congruent. It's a big word, okay? Congruent means exactly the same size and shape. All right, now these are the same size, but they're not the same, they're the same shape, but they're not the same size, so they're not congruent, okay? And these are the same shape, but they're not the same size, so they're not congruent, okay? I'd like you go ahead and try to find the congruent ones here, or the ones that are the same size and shape. Pause me as long as you need. All right, we're gonna move on to this one. We're gonna practice our fluency, okay, to find these answers, all right? Now, what I want you to do is we have 4, okay? Now, what I want you to do is we're going to kind of practice counting on until we get to 10, okay? Because we want to continue to work on counting on rather than using a manipulative, using a number line, that kind of thing to help us. So we want to work on counting on, okay? So when we're counting on, okay, we're going to start with the number that we heard, and especially if we have a problem that has a what in the middle of it, we're going to start with 4. Okay, we have 4, right? We're going to count on what is the next number after 4? Well, that's 5, right? So we're going to start with 4. Okay, and we're going to go all the way. We're going to start with 4. Here we go, and we're going to count all the way to 10. Ready? Okay. But they're not going to actually start at 4. You're going to start at the next number to 4. So what would that be? What would the next number be? That would be 5. Okay, so we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many fingers do I have? I have 6. Okay, all right, so that means 4 plus 6 equals 10. Okay, so that would be kind of like going 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we don't count. Okay, we don't count 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and oh, sorry, we do count 10. And we get to 10. Sorry about that. So let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We went 6 jumps. So we have 6. Now, if that's confusing you a little bit to count on and using those numbers, you don't have to do that. We can just use our fingers, okay? So again, we're going to start at 7 and we're going to go to 8. Okay, so 7, we go to the next number. 8. How many fingers did we use? We used 1 finger, so we're going to write 1. All right, so again, we're going to count on, and the next number here is 3. So we're going to start by counting at 3 and go all the way to 5. Ready? 3, 4, 5. So how many do you have here? That's 3. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. All right, well, let's count on from 6. Okay. Well, the next number after 6 is 7, so that's the first number we're going to count. 7. Oh, my goodness. Again, really? Only 1? Okay, there we go. All right. Here we go. Okay, what's the next number after 4? The next number is 5. We're going to count all the way to 6. Ready? 5, 6. How many numbers did we count? We counted 2 because I have 2 fingers, okay? All right, so that's when you're doing the addition one. Now, with the subtraction one, that's a little different, okay? You're going to start with that many fingers, like this, 10 fingers. Let me get them all in the camera. And you're going to take away 2 to figure out what that would be, okay? So let's take away 2. 1, 2. Okay, how many do we have left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's hard to not move my fingers. 8. So 10 minus 8 equals 2. All right. Okay. And then if you have here, start with 8. You can take away 7. So let's start with 8. 8 looks like that. We're going to take away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 1 left. 1 left. There we go. All right. Now, if you are more comfortable with drawing your dots, you can do that if you'd like. Again, you can do the same thing here. We're not counting on with subtraction because we're not adding anything. We're subtracting, okay? So this is where you'd use your X's. So you can try to do that, or you could try to use your fingers. It's up to you, whatever you're more comfortable with, okay? So we start with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross off 1. How many do you have left? 4. All right, so you do the last 2 on your own. Again, you start with the biggest number. You start with that on your fingers. And you take away this number to get that number. Now, if you're still not comfortable with that, because we haven't done a lot of practice with that, you can use these, okay? All right, I really just want you to practice counting on with addition. But with subtraction, it's okay to use your dots and your X's for that. All right, guys? All right, guys. It was great. Hopefully, you guys had a great Friday. I can't wait to see you during your writer's workshop today, and I will see you soon. Bye.